Hello, everyone out there. I welcome you again to our channel, Tutoring Made Easy. Yes, if this is your first time joining our channel, please do us a favor by helping our channel grow to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share to as many people as possible. The purpose of this journey is a math journey to help as many people feel comfortable while doing mathematics. If you have specific math topics that you want us to do a video on, please feel free and drop it in the comment section below, and we'll be more than willing to do that just for you. Today we want to continue our math journey, and in this journey and in this video we'll be treating partial fractions. Remember, we did a lot of partial fractions the other time, and today we are going to be solving some questions together. Let's imagine that we've been given this question here. There's a question before us, and the question has 9x squared plus 20x minus 10 divided by x plus 2 in one parenthesis, and in the other parenthesis we have 3x minus 1 in there. So we imagine this is a problem we have that we need to solve. Now remember, we said that partial fractions involve rational functions. Rational functions are just fractions with the numerators having algebraic expressions and the denominators as well. Now here, the first key thing to identify here is the denominator. We can see that in the denominator, we have linear factors. In the denominator we have linear factors. We have linear factors. So this is a linear factor, and then the other linear factor, and then this one here is also a linear factor. And this is the first method, if you remember, is the first method where the denominator has linear factors. And to solve this problem, if you remember, we said that we have to introduce what the equal to sign. We're going to have 9, or the implied sign, 9x squared plus 20x minus 10. 20x minus 10 divided by x plus 2, and then 3x minus 1 as the factors. And we said that the moment we have, in this way, we have linear factors in the denominator, we are going to introduce a constant for one of the linear factors. So the constant here is going to be a in the numerator divided by x plus 2 in the denominator for the first one. Then the next one is to introduce another constant, which is b in the numerator, and then in the denominator we're going to have 3x minus 1 in the denominator. All right, I hope we are clear so far. We are doing this because the factors in the denominator are linear, and I know you know how to identify a linear factor or a linear expression. We discussed this the other time, but let me quickly explain that to you. If you have x plus 2, it's a linear factor because the degree here is 1. If we had x squared plus 2, then it's a quadratic because of this degree here. So the linear factors that we have in the denominator is what is warranting us to use the two constants to represent each of the linear factor. Now here, if you look at these two, we have to apply what? We are going to apply fractions, the addition of fractions. But this is a fraction, that is also a fraction, and we are going to add them together. So to do that, we know what we do, right? If you remember, we pretty much we are going to do an equal to sign, and this will multiply that. We have a multiplying 3x minus 1 plus this is multiplying that b in b multiplying x plus 2, and then in the denominator we have this multiplying this. We have x plus 2 and 3x minus 1. So we can compare this whole thing here and then what is here. we can see that now the denominator here is the same as the denominator there. So if the denominator are the same, then the numerators also have to be the same, because what is separating it is this equal to sign here. So we are saying that what's on the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. And if that is true, because the denominator on the right hand side is the same as the denominator on the left hand side, then the numerators are also going to be the same. And then because of that, we are going to have this. Because of that, we're going to have 9x squared plus 20x minus 10, which is divided by the x plus 2. 3x minus 1 is going to be equal to the a 3x minus 1 plus b x plus 2, all divided by x plus 2 multiplied by 3x minus 1. That being said, because the denominator is the same, the numerator is also going to be the same. So we're going to have 9x squared, which is the numerator, plus 20x minus 10 is going to be equal to the numerator a into 3x minus 1 plus b into x plus 2, like this. Now, what are we going to do from here? What do you think we should do? Now, if you look clearly here on this side with the a, we can set x to be 0. Or what can you think we can put in here to make, each of them here go away first? If you look here, the moment we put x to be -2, we're going to get -2 plus 2. And that gives us 0. And we know that b into 0 is going to give us 0. That eliminates this side. So we're going to take our time to do that. But I'm just giving you hints as we move along. I'm just providing you with some form of hints as we move along. So what we can say that when x is equal to -2, we are going to, on the left hand side, we're going to get 9 on the left hand side into -2 squared. We said when x is equal to -2, 9, and this is our x, is -2 squared plus 20 into -2 minus 10. That gives us our left hand side is going to be equal to a into 3 times -2. Can you see that? Minus 1 plus b into -2 plus 2. And when that happens, we are going to get this side to be equal to 9 into 4, because if you have -2 squared is the same as -2 times 2. Sorry, -2 times -2, and that gives us plus 4. So we have that, and this is going to give us, the 20 times -2 is going to give us minus 40. And then we add our minus 10 to it, equals to, this is going to be a into 3 times -2 is -6, -1, plus b into 0. Plus b into 0. And then from there, the left-hand side, the left-hand side is going to give us 36. This 9 times 4 is 36. And then we are going to get minus 40 minus 10. And that's going to give us a into -7. It's -6, -1. It's -7 plus 0. B times 0 is 0. And then we are going to have, if you have 36, you owe 40, we owe what? -4. We're going to get -4 minus 10, which is equal to -7a plus 0. So we are going to get this side, the left-hand side, we're going to get what? -14. -14 is equal to -7a. If we divide here by -7, divide here by -7, we are going to get 2 is equal to a. Therefore, a is equal to 2. Once we have a to be 2, we are going to plug that in with the other variable, with the other variable. So what do? We're going to take the numerator again. We're going to take the numerator again. I'm looking for a sheet where we can be able to continue. So let's say we have, remember that we have, sorry, give me a second, please. We have 9x squared. We had 9x squared plus 20x minus 10. and then it was equal to a into 3x minus 1, if you remember. And then we also had b into x plus 2. But remember now, our value for a, now we found a to be equal to 2. So we have this. So we can rewrite this as 9x squared plus 20x minus 10 equals to what? 2 into 3x minus 1 plus b into x plus 2. How do we determine b? Now, we have to be able to determine b. We need to set this side to 0. We need to find a way to set this whole thing to 0. And to do that, if we make x to be equal to 1/3, why am I choosing that? If we put, remember we have 3x minus 1. So if we put 1/3 as x, we are going to have this 3 cancel out. You're going to get 1 minus 1, which is 0. And 0 times 2 is 0. So to do that, x is going to be 1/3. And then we're going to plug it in. We're going to have 9 into 1/3 squared plus 20 into 1/3 minus 10 is equal to the right-hand side. Is equal to the right-hand side. And now on right-hand side, we are going to have 2 into 3 times 1/3. Why 1/3? Because the 1/3 is the x right there. So 3 times 1/3 minus 1, close the parentheses, plus what we are looking for, b into 1/3 plus 2, like this. So eventually, we're going to be having, implies that we're going to get 9 into, remember, if you have 1/3 all squared, it's the same as 1/3 times 1/3. And that's going to be 1 times 1 in the numerator, which is 1, divided by 3 times 3, which is 9 in the denominator. If it's not clear, I'd like you to take a little break, come back, continue the video, and I believe that you can be able to see things clearly from there. So this is going to give us 1/9 plus 20 1/3 minus 10 is equal to 2 outside. And then we are going to get this, and this will cancel. We have 1 minus 1 plus b into 1/3 plus 2. Now, this here is the same as 9. This thing here is the same as 9 times 1/9. And that gives us 1. So this is going to give us 1 plus, we multiply the numerator, 20 times 1, which is 20, divided by 3 minus 10. It's equal to 0. 2 into 0. Plus b into what? We have to solve this fraction. 1/3 plus 2 is the same as 1/3 plus 2 over 1, which is the same as this is multiplying this, you get 1, plus this multiplies, you get 6, divided by 3, multiplied by 1, get 3, and get 7/3. So we're going to get 7/3 here. Yes, we're going to get 7/3 there. And then we're going to continue from there. So this one here, we can also find the else. We can also solve the fraction by multiplying this and this. We get 3 plus there's an invisible 1 here, which is 1/1. Multiplying this, we get 20 divided by the 1 times the 3, which is 3. And then there's also minus 10 here. It's equal to 0 plus 7b divided by 3. 7b divided by 3. So now, in the numerator here, we are getting 23/3 minus 10 is equal to 7b/3. And here also, there's over 1 here. This multiplies this, we get 23. This multiplies this, we get minus 30. Don't forget it, the number is minus. Divided by 3 times 1, which is 3. And it's equal to 7b/3. 7b/3. Now, we're going to be having, going to continue maybe here. We're going to be having 23 minus 30 divided by 3 is equal to 7b divided by 3. And we're going to get at the top, we're going to get minus 7/3 is equal to 7/3b. What do we do from here? We will cross multiply because of this equal to sign. There's a fraction here and another fraction here. So this multiplies this, we get negative 21 is equal to 21, and then there's a b attached to it. So we are going to rewrite it. We rewrite it, and in doing so, we end up with 21b. We bring this side here and that side. 21b is the same as negative 21. The sign never changes because we didn't cross. We just flipped it. We just made this one come here and that one go there. All right. Now, if you divide both sides by 21, divided by 21, we're going to get b to be equal to negative 1. So now we've been able to solve that a is 2 and b is equal to negative 1. Therefore, the 9x squared plus 20x minus 10, which is divided by, give me a second, divided by the x plus 2 and 3x minus 1 is equal to the a. Remember, we said it's equal to a divided by the linear factor x plus 2 plus a constant divided by the second linear. This is the second linear, and this is the first, like that. I hope you remember us discussing something like that. Now the a there, this means that the a there that we have found is going to be 2 over x plus 2 plus the b, which is negative 1 over 3x minus 1. And then by so doing, we would have been able to express the 9x squared plus 20x minus 10 all divided by the denominators, which is x plus 2, 3x minus 1. That brings us to our final answer. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, please help us grow this channel together as a family. And if you have specific topics that you want us to treat, please feel free in the comment section below and drop in the comment section, and we'll be more than willing to do a video for you. But at this moment, I'd like us to end here. Another time when we come, we might take another partial fraction question to do, or we might look at treating another topic again. I'll come to you another time. Please take care and bye.